guys, and welcome back to another video. It has been quite a while since I've been on this account, and I'm sorry for neglecting you all. Today, I'd like to discuss a franchise that everybody in the world has heard of, that it's kind of crazy that I've never read these books before, but I haven't. And because this is not going to be an easy band-aid to rip off, I am just going to rip it off. I'm currently reading the Harry Potter series for the first time, the very, very first time ever. And I know what you're thinking. Miley, why didn't you read this when you were like 10 years old? Good question. I just didn't. No answer. I can't really defend myself on that one. But I'm in the middle of reading Goblet of Fire. I have read the first 3 books, and I'm 25% of the way through Goblet of Fire. They basically like just got to Hogwarts. And so I just want to talk about this book series for a little bit, and I don't know, my attachment to the movie franchise versus now that I'm reading the books, how they compare, I guess. I keep licking my lips, so lip gloss break. Also, I'm filming this on the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL because I just switched from the Google Pixel to the Google Pixel from iPhone 13 Pro Max. I really enjoyed my 13 Pro Max, but I'm really having a good time with the Google Pixel, and I really loved the cinematic film feature on Apple, and so I'm trying the cinematic blur on Google Pixel today. So if you see this video and I mentioned that it's filmed on the Google Pixel, it's filmed on the Google Pixel. I don't know. Okay, back to the books because I got distracted. Okay. So let's talk about the first 3. So I'm a huge fan of the movies. I watch these movies every single year, like clockwork. I watch them twice a year, every year, usually once in the spring and once in the fall. Sometimes I rewatch them more, but at the very least, I do watch them twice a year, all the way. Because I'm an avid rewatcher. I am guilty of being someone that just rewatches shit. What can I say? I know what I like. And so I've watched these films a million times, basically. And so it's been really interesting to read the books and kind of get to fill in those gaps. I've realized as I'm reading these books, and I knew this before I started reading these books, but it's just not something that I ever really committed myself to actively doing, is that you should watch the film or TV show before you read the books. That's a hot take, probably. Honestly, maybe it's a lukewarm take, because I feel like when you read it first, it just like becomes very disappointing if you read it first and then watch, because you're like, but that's missing and that didn't happen and that didn't sound right. That's not the way I saw it in my head. And so getting to read these books, but already having a cast of characters, a setting in my head, because I've watched it in the film so many times, has been really helpful. So I personally think that if there's a film adaptation, if there's a TV show adaptation, watch that before you decide to read the books. Pro tip. I mean, all that aside, I think that these books are really great. I don't know. I think they're really funny. I really, really have enjoyed, specifically in books 2, 3, and 4, these are the only ones I touched, the extended time that we get to spend with Uncle Vernon and Petunia and Dudley at the very beginning of the books. We don't really see them all that much at the beginning of movies 2 and 3. 2, 3, or 4. I don't actually think, I've been thinking about this for days, but I actually don't know that they're at the beginning of Goblet of Fire at all. I have to rewatch the movies again to, jury's out on that one. But in books 2 and 3, we have like this extended time, this extended period, this extended like description of what goes on in the Dursleys' house, and within that Dursley household with Harry before he goes to Hogwarts, or before he goes to Ron's house, whatever it is. And I think it's really funny. I think that they are really good comedic characters, and it's a really nice I don't know, it's just really funny. I think that they're really funny. Oh, hot take? No, I didn't say that. Take that back. Just to get this out of the way, I don't fuck with J.K. Rowling. Plainly said, I don't like her views as a person, and I don't support her. And so I would like to make it very clear, I have a box set of the paperbacks that I purchased secondhand off of Facebook Marketplace. Shout out Facebook Marketplace. I love you really bad. And so, yeah, shout out Facebook Marketplace. And fuck you, J.K. Rowling. Okay, so some takes about the books versus the movies that I would like to address. I think that it's insane the way that Ginny's character is just like diluted in the films. I'm only in Goblet of Fire, and I've heard from my sister because she's read all the books, and I know because I've heard from others as well that Ginny's character is spectacular in the books, and that she's so watered down in the movies. And one of my notes on chapter 7 of Chamber of Secrets is Ginny being clocked as a fangirl from the start is so funny. I think it's incredible that she is like the original YN. Like, she knew what she wanted and she went after it and she got it. And I have to respect the hell out of her for that. As a fellow fangirl, I see you and I have nothing but the utmost respect for your game. Ginny Weasley, I love you. And I'm really excited to explore her more as I finish Goblet of Fire and get through the other 3 books. That is my number 1. Number 2, Neville's character. I don't know how I feel about the difference between Neville's character in the books versus the movies, because I feel like he definitely has more depth in the films. He's portrayed as this like dumb, forgetful, just like side character in the books, and I'm sorry, yes, in the books. He's just like very dumb, and like I feel like in the movies he's not played as dumb necessarily. I think he has like silly tendencies, silly moments, and he's just like a little clumsy, but I don't think it's the same as like dumb to the extent that I feel it in the books so far. That could change. I don't know. I haven't read the books. I haven't finished the books. So Neville's character, I don't know how to feel about him in the books, but we'll see. Someone that I do think we missed out on in the movies is Peeves. I think Peeves the Poltergeist, an incredible book character. And I kind of miss him. And I understand that he doesn't really push the plot in any way, shape, or form, and that he's an easy character to leave off. But I think he has like this comedic relief in the books that, I don't know, could have been really nice in the films. So I really like Peeves. I'm kind of sad he wasn't in the films. That's what I have on that. I do have another hot take. I think after having read 3 1/4 books, I don't have a deep hatred for Snape the way other people do. And I know that Half-Blood Prince might change my mind once I'm reading that book, but I think that Dumbledore is a worse villain than Snape. I think that I have a respectful distaste for him. I don't like him. I have a respectful distaste for him. I don't hate him. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I think that he has always been who he has shown himself to be. I think that Dumbledore, with my knowledge of the films, not the books, Dumbledore does raise Harry as a lamb for slaughter and a pig for slaughter, however you like the phrase. But Snape has always just been rude, mean, and just disrespectful towards Harry, but he has never tried not to be that. He has always been very real as to who he is, and I have respect for that. I don't like him, to be very clear. I don't like Snape, but I do not hate him yet. Yeah, I think that's my hottest take from the books so far. Again, I have only read 3 1/4 of these books. So take that with a grain of salt. I think that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. Let me know if you enjoyed this, if you hated it. Engagement is engagement. For those of you who know me personally, or actually for anyone, I guess, I am hosting a book club on Fable, and I will link that in the description down below if you'd like to join book club for our in-person meeting at the end of February if you're in the Long Island, Nassau County area. All of that information is in the Fable book club. If you would like to just join us virtually in Fable, feel free to do that as well. We are reading a thriller mystery for January and February. So I hope you guys feel inclined to join us, or if you don't, then that's fine too. I think that I don't know what else to say. Peace out. Bye guys.